The setup is the most important thing we do. It's what our customer sees when they walk through the door. A good setup with attention to detail and urgency will make a big impression on our customers. Being professional at all times, you're wearing the company uniform. Make sure to observe the posted speed limits when driving the truck in the apartment communities. When parking the truck, make sure you park as close to the door as possible. Remember, try not to block any cars while doing so. Remember, stay on the sidewalks. Don't cut across the grass. This is to protect the carpet as well as the grass. Remember, the driver is always responsible for getting keys from the apartment communities. Please be courteous and wait to be acknowledged when doing this. Remember, prior to bringing anything into the apartment, do your pre-delivery checklist. Remember to pad the door entryway. This will protect the carpet and show the apartment community that we care about their community. If you happen to mark up a wall, make sure you let someone know. Apartment office and FO office. Remember, when unloading the truck, you're going to unload in the reverse order. Put things where they go the first time. The last thing we want to do is have to handle it twice. Remember to unload the entire delivery before starting your setup. If you happen to be blocking cars, move the truck and then begin your setup. Remember to locate and avoid water sprinklers on every delivery. We're now going to go over delivery room by room. Remember, apartments vary slightly in their setup. The crew's judgment will have to be applied. First, find the cable TV outlet. Place the sofa on the longest wall available facing the TV. Place the love seat or chair on the other wall facing the TV. End tables placed by electrical outlets at the end of the sofa or chair. The cocktail table is centered and placed in front of the sofa. Place centerpiece on a cocktail table. Place the TV stand in front of the cable jack and properly hook up and program TV and electronics. Extra cables and power strips need to be carried on the truck or in the toolbox. Hang the picture above the sofa. A good technique is to grab the picture wire in the center. Position the picture a hand width above the sofa. Lower the picture, leaving your finger on the spot on the wall to place the panning nail. The nail should be tapped in the wall at a slight upward angle. Position and level the picture on the nail. A general rule is that the picture cannot be hung too low. Most people have a tendency to hang the picture too high. The hand width above the sofa or centered at the eye level of a 6-foot person on the other walls are a good rule of thumb. Lamps are to be placed on the end tables with cords neatly wrapped and plugged into a switched outlet. Be sure lamp shades are straight, seams are positioned against the wall. Make certain that legs are tight on all furniture pieces. Furniture is clean, lamps working, scratches covered, loose threads trimmed. No detail is too small. Now for the dining room. Typically, the dining room table will be centered under the dining room light. If a silk tree is included in the package, many times these will look nice in the most visible corner of the dining room. Center the headboard on the wall opposite the cable jack. Do not set headboards on a wall with window if possible. Hook up bed frame to the headboard and make sure all bolts are tight. Install queen bar center support. Place box and mattress on the bed frame. Place a mattress cover on the mattress. Place nightstands beside the headboard close to an electrical outlet. The lamps will be placed on the nightstand on switched outlets with cords neatly wrapped and lampshade seams against the wall. Attach the mirror centered on the dresser. Slide dresser into place on the wall across from the foot of the bed. Typically, the dresser will be centered with the bed. If a clock radio is included in the package, place it on the nightstand with the cord neatly wrapped. Set the correct time and correct AM/PM setting. Tune the radio to the local news channel. Be careful not to plug the clock radio into a switched outlet. Hang the bedroom picture using the same method as the living room. Hang one picture a hand width above the headboard and the other picture on an adjacent wall centered at an eye level of a 6-foot tall person. It is critical when setting up all rooms of an apartment to make certain that the furniture, appliances, and electronics are clean, functioning properly, scratches covered, and legs tightened. There are times when we need to clean things other than our furnishings. For instance, the first thing our new customer will see is the front door. If it is dirty, that will make the first impression of the rest of the apartment and reflects directly on our commitment to be the quality premier service provider that we strive to be. Be sure that the door, countertops, cabinets, mirrors are clean. If you notice soiled carpets or dirty walls, the apartment office should be notified so the problem can be taken care of. We are selling the entire package to our customer. The condition of the rest of the apartment will also reflect our customer's impression of us. Our management team does random delivery inspections. These inspections are completed not to find fault. They are done to ensure quality and to train proper procedures. Attention to detail is always something that we can excel at or do better than our competition.
When installing washers and dryers, be sure to use the installation checklist that is on the back of the delivery sheet to make sure that no details are left out. Installing a supplies hose without a hose washer or not using a zip tie on the discharge hose can be a very costly mistake. Be sure to have the apartment community personnel sign off on the installation checklist when returning the keys to the office.